Hi, are you questioning right now whether you've got what it takes to step into an authentic leadership attitude? One that impacts those in your organization positively? Don't think that way anymore. You've got what it takes, or you wouldn't be listening to this podcast. I'll be sharing lessons, and you better believe I'll be sharing lessons that I've learned along the way, and I bet you'll be glad you listened. Hello, all you fabulous women, and welcome to Thrive with Nancy, a podcast dedicated to executive women ready to realize all they intend to be. Maybe you don't believe you have what it takes to be a leader, to be an influencer in your organization. It's a straight out lie you're telling yourself. Let's break this one up in your mind. I know what our business cultures consciously and unconsciously tell us about leadership. I've heard it all. Believe me, I've heard it all. And for goodness sake, don't buy into that old-fashioned myth. It's up to you to challenge traditional thoughts. Don't dilute the possibility of being all you can be. Ready to make your mark? Well, I sure hope you are, because just listen to what the Pew Research says. Those who see a difference between male and female leaders across a range of leadership traits and behaviors perceive women to be stronger in most areas. Hear that, in most areas, both in politics and in business. Being compassionate and empathetic and being able to work out compromises are prominent examples of this. For their part, men are seen as being more willing to take risk. And then a Zanger-Folkman research results that emanated from 360 evaluations reveals that women are rated 3% higher on overall effectiveness compared with men. Wow, I love that. And remember, this is all by those who worked with them when measured against men. Additionally, they found women are considered more effective in 84% of leadership competencies that we most frequently measure. Hey, and I have one more I want to throw at you that I'm hoping will break up your already knowing so that you could see possibility for yourself. And it's by Peterson Institute, where they found that having women in at least 30% of leadership positions adds 6% to net profit margins. Did you hear that? I love it, because you and I both know that profits are an important factor to business. Yes, I know that's a heck of a lot of statistics that I dumped on you. Ooh, wait a minute. It wasn't dump. It was carefully gathered to share with you. And if only a portion of them registered, perhaps you're going to be able to crack the code in yourself, where you start believing there's possibility bigger for you than you ever imagined. That's what this podcast is all about. I hope they've begun tapping down any doubts in your beliefs about women's prospects generally, or even better, your own specifically. More relevant, are you ready to test the waters in your career? Then keep listening. I'm going to be sharing 3 attitudes, and they're all leadership ones. Ready? Number 1, perspective view. I have to tell you, the great leaders I learned from were future preparers and drivers. Yes, they learn lessons from what's going wrong today and even in the recent past. You can't grow without this attitude. However, their primary focus is building the company and its workforce to the next level. It's fostering profitability for today and tomorrow. This attitude has employees adapting and gaining insights into what didn't go right as they take corrective measures to ensure better outcomes for tomorrow. Their eyes are on tomorrow. Leaders design forward-moving cultures and replicate that mentality in their employees. How good are you at forward thinking? Number 2, upward mobility. I found the leaders I was willing and happy to follow, even when the going got tough, were those who saw the greatness in me and supported me in my drive towards my future. Those bosses genuinely related to me as a crucial one rather than a collective of many. An essential component of my boss's agenda was always growing and stretching me in the areas that would have taken years to achieve on my own. My outstanding bosses mentioned me to influencers based on my today's contribution. What I really appreciated was that they also mentioned me based upon my potential for the future and how they saw me and my giftedness. I felt known. Boy, did I want to prove my boss right. You bet I did. And I got to tell you, I'm not alone. Gallup studies show that 67% of employees who strongly agree that their manager focuses on their strengths or positive characteristics are engaged. That means they're looking to their boss and their company, and they're committed to making a difference. Then, in a McKinsey & Company study, 3 of the top 5-line employee career advancement needs are 79% looking for job growth. That was me. 75% desire learning opportunities. That was me. And 73% value a supportive boss. And that was me. How about you? Are those important? Have you worked for a boss who qualified as a winner in these 3 needs? How did you respond? What did they make you feel? And by the way, upper mobility isn't merely bosses and leaders supporting staff to achieve their greatness. You can and should consider helping your awesome bosses achieve their career goals as well. Yes, it's a nice thing to do. And yes, reciprocity is an active factor in business. You can't get around it. So why don't you tap into it yourself? Number 3, and certainly not the least of them, even though it's the last, appreciation and recognition. I know. You've heard it before because it's so doggone significant to a fulfilling career. The Society of Human Resource Managers research confirms this with 91%. Oh my gosh, that's a lot. 91% of human resource professionals believing that recognition and reward make employees more likely to stay because they're more content and happier and see their careers coming to fruition. And an employee who has been recognized is 63% more likely to stay at his or her current job. Think about it. How do you feel when your boss explicitly acknowledges you? Acknowledges you aloud in a timely and specific way, especially in front of your peers. I know when that happened to me, I soared. What about you? As a leader, I didn't know this early in my career. I still grimace, oh my gosh, in humiliation as I remember managing a team where we were reporting on an impossibly long list of monthly projects that we'd accomplished. As I checked off one completed item after another until the very last one was checked off. What did I say? Oh, good job. Now let's figure out our assignments for next month. In the back, a hand raised tentatively, and a trembling voice asked respectfully, "No celebration? No good job?" It was evident that everyone other than me in the room felt the same as their brave, forward-speaking peer. I realized my staff didn't achieve the same, heightened level of satisfaction I did when I was checking things off a list. In my defense, I was young, but what a powerful lesson for me. After this colossal gaffe, I practiced catching employees winning and acknowledged it. When I saw the positive results that came with this focus, I began requesting that managers chronicle and report employees taking above and beyond action. I then handwrote notes specifically thanking and recognizing them for what they had performed for the company. Later, when I was leaving the organization, employees showed me their saved thank you messages. I was so humbled as they shared what those messages had meant to them. They stated, "Now who is going to see me?" Wow, doesn't that pierce your heart? Who is going to see me? This recognition of employee needs, if you didn't already know it, will change your management from average to exceptional. We all want to be seen. Do you intend to be a heroic leader no matter your position? You can do that, you know. Start right now, developing these 3 soft skill attitudes to add value regardless of your level of responsibility. Think about this podcast. What are your takeaways? What dialogue touched you the most regarding prospective you, upward mobility, or appreciation and recognition? And remember, acquiring these 3 will add value to your career, no matter what position you hold. Have you decided to become an influencer who has an impact no matter where you are? Are you ready to up the ante for you and your career? It really is time. If your answer is a resounding yes, explore your strategic edge at www.thrivewithnancy.com/executive/. If you're interested in talking to me, I would be thrilled to talk with you and help you work through your career concerns. Just simply click the link on the page and we can schedule a call together right away. You have nothing to lose. And I love saying that. It's a free call with a master coach. Oh, women aren't supposed to brag. There I go, breaking the rules again. I'd love to discuss how together we can achieve all you hope is possible. Remember, no one ever makes it to the top or even arrives at their next career destination alone. I'm thrilled you've listened to the Thrive with Nancy podcast. My intention is to offer quick tips designed for you to apply right away, ones that will boost your career immediately. I bet you're already considering ways to implement these new ideas. Perfect. Now, if you do me a favor, pass the podcast link on to those who will benefit, your friends and coworkers. Thanks so much.